Back in the lab, back in the lab. Time for a new piece.
One day and said, shoot, I'ma be a model. See me on the runway, hey, see me in the garden farming. Dressing something you can't get unless I sit and make the garment. I've been busting moves, I'm chasing blues and I don't play with drama.
That's what I'm using. This is my inspiration. This dress shirt and this flannel right here. So I can go with these jeans I made the other day. I've not made a dress shirt before. This dress shirt, I like the swoop at the bottom. Going for that. I've also never done this right here. I have added a slit, but I've never filled it. And I've used Velcro, but I've never did it with buttons. So let's get into it. Got all the necessities. I got my scissors, my tape measure, my pizza cutter, my ruler, and that chalk ski. Also got a knee pad this time. Yeah. So the fabric that I have is see-through, so it's gonna give it that old school vibe. I'm gonna start with the front and the back, and then I'm gonna get to the sleeves and work my way down like that. Thinking I would like the fabric to go, got thicker lines a little bit this way rather than that way. Let me see. I think we'll go up and down. We'll go up and down. Something's kind of telling me no. Let me stand up and look. Yep, we're gonna go up and down. Let's figure out this back first so we can use this seam on this side. So it's looking like a swoop. But it also has this seam right here. Straight cut right there. Down 1, 2, 3, 4. Curve a little bit. 5, 6. We got 10, 9, 28. 10, 9, 28. 16 and a half to 13 and a half. Let's draw that up real quick. So we got 10, 9, 13, 5. I think. No, that was 16, 5. 16, 5. My glasses, my chalk. Where's my chalk? What did I do with the chalk? Chalk. What the heck? Don't tell me you're under the shirt, because you're not. This makes absolutely no, there we go. Got 10 right there. So I'm gonna do a straight line and then I'm gonna add a slight curve to it after I made the establishing line. I think that's pretty smooth. If I do say so myself, just cut it. Not even gonna overthink it. Not even overthink it. It's art anyways, it's about feeling. I already got a good feeling about this. I think that is pretty solid to the curve that I put, but now that I'm looking at it, let me measure this again. Still that 9. But you know what, that's a curve. It got a curve to it. It got a curve to it. Like I said, we ain't gonna overthink it. My gut ain't sending me no signals right now, so I'm gonna trust it. That is higher than the other side. Well, bam. Going up at a nice little diagonal. Because we gotta go 6.5, but it's at a slight diagonal. So I assume, oh, matter of fact, I'm gonna measure it on the shirt. Because that diagonal should probably be that 0.5. If my math is mathing. So that's 6.5 or 5.5 up there. Now we have to make this diagonal meet up to 6 inches. I mean 6.5. Somehow. It looks longer on there and more flat. Let's try it again. No, because I actually did it at the 6 inch. Okay, that's the meeting point. My math was a little off. A lot of off. That would have tore up the whole shirt. Yeah, because that looks more on point. It looks a lot better. Again, not gonna overthink it. That looks promising. Let me draw at the front. This has a slight curve in, and then nice underarm, which then comes down diagonal. I'm sure there's some designers that see the way that I'm doing this are probably disgusted because they rather go by the book and what they learned in design school. But 1, I don't like reading. 2, I didn't go to design school. And 3, watch this month come out fire. Watch this come out fire. And if it don't, we go back to the drawing board, aka the piece of paper, because we're gonna just keep doing it until we figure it out. Trial and error. They say work smarter, not harder, but sometimes you learn a little bit more. And shoot, before they came out with the design school books, and before they even came out with geometry, somebody had to trial and error it. You know what I'm saying? Might as well trial and error it too, just so I can see what that person went through. But hey, that's just me. That's just me. Opposite way of my hand. Wish I was ambidextrous. All right, that is the front and the back. Knock these out pretty easily, I think. Sleeves look like there's only a 2-piece sleeve. And then I also want to make sure the sleeve is going with the design. A lot of times I'll mess up and I'll have the sleeve go the pattern, like how this is running this way. I'll mess around and cut the sleeve the wrong way. So now it's not going with the pattern anymore. So it's not going with the shirt. So then when you put your arms down, the sleeves go with everything. I think, yeah, it has a nice overlap right here. So I know this needs to be wider than it's actually showing. Bet. To knock out this sleeve. Let me get that up out of the way. Get out of here. All right, so I got the sleeves and I got the body. So I'm gonna go ahead and sew them together. And then I'm gonna get the cufflinks, the collar, and we're gonna be in business. I think I actually have like some greenish, so I'm gonna use that. Let me pin up this back flat. That's how you know I'm a designer. All these needles in my mouth. My needle thing got stuck in there. And it curved down and went back up like a loop. So what happened? This is what happened to the needle. That's a regular needle. So I have finished the base part of the shirt. This is what we're looking like so far. Sleeves aren't closed yet, but it's gonna sit up like that. So that's gonna be a sleeve. Just like that, all the way around. I feel like it's definitely gonna be enough room. Here's the other side. My hair makes this so much harder. So boom. Like that. Yeah. So what's gonna have to happen is I have to fold this in like that, about an inch. Do that seam right there, or do that so right there. Same thing with this one, about an inch. I also need to figure out these cuffs. I'm gonna go ahead and knock that out. Actually, I need to iron that. I'm gonna iron that down while the iron is heating up. I'm gonna go ahead and measure out the cuffs. All right, let me study this garment real quick. Pizza cutter. I'm going with the pizza cutter on this one. Three. So 4 pieces total, actually, 2 and 2. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and sew this before it starts moving. And then I'll do the other side. Bort. Hunger. Rock. Konijn. Let them know. I ended up getting on the phone and finishing it. So I missed a lot. But it's done. I haven't tried it on yet. But now all it needs is some buttons. And I was able to do the little wrist piece. Let's see what it's hitting on. I'm gonna try it on with them other jeans I made the other day too. If it fit, it's gonna be fine. That's all I'm worried about is the fit. But if it fit, and then the fact that I ain't had no like cutouts or nothing, and that the shirt isn't even cut out. The shirt is literally just, I had to do the math. I'm telling you, the fact that I had to do the maths on these, I told him earlier. I said, don't play with me. Play with your mammy. I was very specific when I said that. I said, don't play with me. I said, don't play with me. Play with your mammy, right? I said that, right? I said that. Don't play with me, play with your mammy. Now we're going to find out if you should play with me or if you should go play with your mammy. We're going to find out right now. We're finna find out right now if you should play with me or if you should play with your mammy in real time. In real time. What up? What up? I'm gonna be embarrassed. I'm gonna be embarrassed if you're gonna have to play with me. Oh, nah. Play with your mammy. Play with your mammy. Talk to me. I really just had to freehand. I freehanded that joint. I did the math on it. I did the math. I did the calculations. You feel me? I did the calculations on this. They don't know. Look at the fit, man. Look at the fit. Look at the fit. Look at the fit, man. They don't even know. Oh, man. It's getting hot in here. It's just me. You see how the arms, the fabric is going down. The arm fabric is also matching. So the accents are horizontal. Everything else, vertical. 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 Yeah. One's world. Whose world is this?
I woke up one day and said, shoot, I'ma be a model. See me on the runway, hey, see me in the garden farming. Dressing something you can't get unless I sit and make the garment. I've been busting moves, I'm chasing moves.